This is a really good sign for the San Francisco 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk, and I'm going to tell you exactly why right now. So this is how it's all playing out. We already know that Brandon Aiyuk potentially could be traded if things don't work out in regards to a contract extension. So we've been trying to assess and understand the viability of how real that potential is. Well, heading into this week, I talked about how this was a massive week because, as you can see, we are here at the NFL Combine. And the reason why that's important is because this is where the entire NFL world comes together and they talk about these things. They discuss all the different possibilities. This is where you have everyone in the same place, in the same room at the start of the offseason. So that is why this is all very, very important. And so heading into this week, one of the things that we discussed was making sure that the hope was that we got out of this week without any additional trade Brandon Aiyuk rumors. And so we have heard from Ian Rappaport, who is essentially giving us the information that exactly what we're looking for. He is telling us that although, things could potentially happen, it doesn't feel that is the case. And it does feel like the San Francisco 49ers are just waiting and are preparing to give Brandon Aiyuk a contract extension. But I'll let you hear it from Ian Rappaport directly, and then I'll kind of tell you what I've heard as well while being here at the Combine, and we'll discuss it and react right after this.
It also means trade frenzy, also means contract extension frenzy, which is not quite as catchy, but still something important to the guys who are likely going to get deals, including Brandon Aiyuk, the star receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. He kind of raised some eyebrows, I would say, a little bit at the end of the season, leaving his future open with the team. My understanding is, obviously, there are teams who would like to trade for the very, very talented young receiver. The 49ers firmly believe he is in their plans. I would expect them to get to work on a new deal for him probably after free agency.
So again, to me, what he is saying is really reassuring, to the point of you're not hearing rumblings of trades, you're not hearing rumblings of conversations. The tone is, we want Brandon Aiyuk here. We know how important Brandon Aiyuk is, and we're going to get contract negotiations. We're going to get those started after free agency, right? So that is a good sign. And so I've also heard and spoken to people who've had very similar things to say, where it's just like, man, this team knows how important Brandon Aiyuk is. Keeping Brock Purdy and Brandon Aiyuk together is imperative for both of them and their long-term development and success together. And you don't want to take Brock Purdy's wide receiver one away, which is Brandon Aiyuk. And so you want to continue that developmental path. And so with what he is saying, it sounds like the 49ers understand that Brandon Aiyuk is a huge, huge piece of this puzzle, and they're going to do everything they can to keep Brandon Aiyuk with the San Francisco 49ers. So per Ian Rappaport, it sounds like after free agency, they are going to start to engage in contract negotiation talks, because as it stands, Brandon Aiyuk is under contract next year. The 49ers picked up his fifth-year options, which means he's under team control. But as we know, the San Francisco 49ers have the opportunity to renegotiate a long-term deal with him. So that is absolutely the hope. And to me, this is a good sign. This is where you gain optimism that Brandon Aiyuk's here to stay. So I feel much better about that. And again, that's the reason why I just kind of noted it before the NFL Combine, was that this was going to be a big week to kind of lean us in one direction or the other. And right now, the direction that we are leaning is that Brandon Aiyuk is here to stay. So that's absolutely phenomenal. As you can see behind me, you got kickers on the field. It's one of my first times ever seeing kicker workout. Obviously, the San Francisco 49ers don't need to be involved in this because they have Jake Moody and Mitch Wishnowsky under contract. So But just wanted to show you a little bit of what was going down behind me. As you can see, I am in Lucas Oil Stadium right now. This is the last day of drills. Offensive linemen already went today. They are done, and now this is the last on-field portion, and then the NFL Combine is over. It's been an amazing week. There's a lot of prospects that I really like that have come out of this, and so I'm excited to really dive into the draft content. But as we know, free agency is right around the corner, and then it sounds like getting Brandon Aiyuk paid is right around the corner too. So this is big sigh of relief. Now there's lots of work to be done. There's lots of work to be done. It doesn't mean this is a foregone conclusion that it's gonna happen. But we wanted the tone of the conversation around Brandon Aiyuk to be optimistic of staying. And that's exactly what Ian Rappaport gave us. And again, you know, I'm at these steakhouses, you know, after the combine, and you see Ian walking around, chopping it up with, you know, 49ers executives, and, you know, I'm standing right across from him, watching him have a conversation. So, you know, they're talking, and you see last night he's with the Bills general manager. So they make the rounds, they have these conversations, and again, get a pulse on what the situation is. And right now, what the situation is it feels like Brandon Aiyuk is headed in the right direction in regards to getting a long-term deal done. But again, a long way to go. The tone is what we wanted to figure out at the end of this. We're at the end of it. The tone is good. Let's go. I'm excited about this. Brandon Aiyuk deserves to be a Niner for a long time. So let me know what you guys think about this. Brandon Aiyuk gonna re-sign? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates. And I'm gonna do some more combine recaps and updates and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. But man, draft season, free agency season, we're underway. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments below. As always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.